I'm Alyssa, and today I'm unboxing my January 2020, gosh, I messed up for the first time of the year, Book of the Month. And if you're new here, you haven't heard my spiel about Book of the Month. Book of the Month is an amazing subscription service for readers where you can get a brand new book every month. You get to select from 5 different books from all different genres, each selected by a different judge. And you only pay $14.99 a month for that book, which is at least half off the cover price that you would pay for at the bookstore. And you can add up to 2 additional books to your box for $9.99 a piece, which is really cool. But the extra cool thing about Book of the Month is that if you don't like any of the selections they have on offer for that month, you can roll your subscription over and they won't charge you for that month, which is super cool. I've never even used that feature, but it's there and it's really, really awesome. And if you'd like to get your first book for $5, yes, $5, use my link down below in the description box and you get a book for $5. And if you decide not to continue your subscription, that's cool. You got a book for $5, so use the link down below. It also helps me out because I get a free book, so win-win. Honestly, I only remember, I think, about maybe 2 books I got in this box, so I'm going to be just as excited as you are. Dun, 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 dun. That was an attractive face. So the first thing I see is this, The Members Have Spoken, and it lists the 2019 Book of the Year finalists, which were these books right here. And I read, well, I only read one of them to be honest, but I have 3. And now I remember the other book I got. But the winner of last year was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I have not read yet. I have it, so I need to get on it because people said it was the best book of last year. So I gotta read it. And of course, the bookmark, and this one says, "This is the good part." I always love when I stumble upon the good part in a book, but I never, ever put a bookmark in it unless I have to go do something. I get so mad when people interrupt me during the good part of the book, so yeah. But if it's a good book, the whole thing's the good part. The first book I chose was When We Were Vikings by Andrew David MacDonald. And the synopsis reads, "Sometimes life isn't as simple as heroes and villains. For Zelda, a 21-year-old Viking enthusiast who lives with her older brother Gert, life is best lived with some basic rules. 1. A smile means thank you for doing something small that I liked. 2. Fist bumps and dabs equal respect. 3. Strange people are not appreciated in her home. 4. Tomatoes must go in the middle of the sandwich and not get the bread wet. 5. Sometimes the most important things don't fit on lists." But when Zelda finds out that Gert has resorted to some questionable and dangerous methods to make enough money to keep them afloat, Zelda decides to launch her own quest. Her mission: to be legendary. It isn't long before Zelda finds herself in a battle that tests the reach of her heroism, her love for her brother, and the depth of her Viking strength. When We Are Vikings is an uplifting debut about an unlikely heroine whose journey will leave you wanting to embark on a quest of your own because, after all, we are all legends of our own making. That sounds really, really cool. It sounds like something that's going to resonate with me. It's not a long book at all, so I think it's going to be probably a pretty fast read. And I love the cover. And it just sounds really cool. Next up is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James, which I love the cover. It kind of gives me Bates Motel vibes, I guess because of the, the motel sign. But let's see what the synopsis says, shall we? Something hasn't been right at the roadside Sundown Motel for a very long time, and Carly Kirk is about to find out why. Upstate New York, 1982. Viv Delaney wants to move to New York City, and to help pay for it, she takes a job as the night clerk at the Sundown Motel in Fell, New York. But something isn't right at the motel, something haunting and scary. Upstate New York, 2017. Carly Kirk has never been able to let go of the story of her Aunt Viv, who mysteriously disappeared from the Sundown before she was born. Carly decides to move to Fell and visit the motel, where she quickly learns that nothing has changed since 1982, and she soon finds herself ensnared in the same mysteries that claimed her aunt. I love a good horror story. This sounds like it's going to be spooky, And I am looking forward to this. And also the back is really cool as well. But just, yeah, I love it. I love every single Book of the Month book is so beautiful. Like, no joke. And the last book I chose was one of the 2019 Book of the Year finalists. And that is A Woman Is No Man by, if I say this wrong, I'm sorry, Etaf Rum? I've heard a lot of buzz about this book. And it reads, Palestine, 1990. 17-year-old Isra prefers reading books to entertain the suitors her father has chosen for her. Her desires are irrelevant, however. Over the course of a week, the naive and dreamy girl finds herself betrothed, then married, and soon living in Brooklyn. There, Isra struggles to adapt to the expectations of her oppressive mother-in-law, Farida, and her strange new husband, Adam, a pressure that intensifies as she begins to have children. 4 daughters instead of the sons Isra is expected to bear. Brooklyn, 2008. At her grandmother's insistence, 18-year-old Dea must meet with potential husbands and prepare herself for marriage, though her only desire is to go to college. Her grandmother is firm on the matter, however. The only way to secure a worthy future for Dea is through marriage to the right man. But fate has a will of its own, and soon Dea will find herself on an unexpected path that leads her to shocking truths that will force her to question everything she thought she knew about her family, the past, and her own future. That sounds really, really intense. It sounds like it's going to be maybe heartbreaking, but I've heard it's excellent, and I will get to reading this at some point. So those are my selections for January. Again, if you'd like to sign up for Book of the Month, that link is in the description box down below the video. If you like the video, leave a like. Let me know down below if you've read any of these novels, what books you're currently reading, or just leave an emoji to let me know you've been here so I can say hi to you. If you like the video, share it. If you're not subscribed already, but you like what you've seen and heard, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell if you haven't already, because that will alert you every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me on social media sites, those will also be in the description box. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!